Yes, good girl. So we're out for a walk with Libby this morning. So you can see she's walking really nice with a loose leash. For loose leash walking, it is okay if she's beside us or in front of us as long as that leash is loose. We're going to let her stop and sniff as long as things are within length of the leash. Yes, good girl. And then when she offers me any attention, we're going to mark yes and reward her for that. So it's okay if she's in front a little bit like that as long as the leash is loose. If she starts crisscrossing like she's doing right now, we're just going to guide her back over to the side we want. There we go. Yes, good girl. We're also going to be doing what I call rewarding good choices. So what this means is we're going to be rewarding her, yes, for offering us things like attention and eye contact. Let's go. Rewarding her for walking nicely. Yes, good girl, Libby, right? So just there, she was walking nicely on a loose leash. She was slightly in front, which is okay as long as that leash is loose. And then I marked yes to reward her. But then she has to come back to my side to get all the rewards. Yes. So that means all the good stuff happens right at my side, which is going to encourage her to stay closer. As far as sniffing, let's go, Libby. We're going to let her, yes, good girl. We're going to let her sniff and explore. It's really important for all dogs that they get that chance to sniff on their walks. Walks should definitely be more than just exercise. Yes, good girl. Good job. But yes, good girl. It's super important for a pup her age to get that chance to explore and check out the world around them and the things that they're seeing. She's hearing a dog barking in the distance, so she keeps kind of stopping to hear and check that out. And I'm going to let her explore for a second, sniff. If she starts to try to drag me like up into someone's yard, of course I'm not going to let her. And then when I'm ready to move on, we will say, let's go, and start walking, yes. And then when she follows through, we can mark yes and reward. Good girl. Yes, good girl. Nice job, Libby. So at this age, this kind of stopping and starting is super normal. Yes, good girl. And again, part of Libby's issue with walking in the beginning was definitely about confidence. So yes, good girl. So we want to make sure that she's feeling confident, and a lot of that is going to be letting her explore, letting her pause when she feels like she needs to. Yes, good girl, come on. Let's keep walking. Come on, pick up your pace. You're dragging a little, sweetheart. There we go. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Let's go. Good girl. So again, I don't mind if she's in front as long as that leash stays loose, and she never did pull. But look there, she's starting to cross behind, so I'm going to gently guide her back into the side that I want her. Yes. Good girl. And then just make sure that I am rewarding her frequently. Yes. For walking where I want her. And if you want her walking more at your side more often, then you want to heavily reward that. Oops, so she saw something there. Decided not to. Yes, good girl. Didn't pick it up, so I'm going to reward her for offering me eye contact after she checked it out there. That's a good girl. Yes. So right, she continues to walk at my side here like this. I'm going to keep rewarding her. And the more we do that, the more she's going to do that. Oops, so she starts to cross again, right? I'm going to grab the leash, gently guide her back. Libby. Yes, good girl. And you can see with some of this directional stuff where we're kind of guiding her, we want to make sure, yes, good girl, that she is on that harness. That harness is a lot safer for her, so she's not pulling on her neck, whether it's you pulling a little bit or her pulling. It's not safe, and so that harness really helps. As she gets bigger, if you feel like you need some extra leverage with her, you can always clip the harness to the chest clip, and that helps a lot with pulling. Yes, I'm not doing that here with her. One, because I don't feel like she needs it quite yet, and also because we are really trying to build her confidence out here on walks. And so I don't want to do anything that would deter her from that confidence right now while she's building. Come on, let's go. Good girl. I know. Walks are so much fun, aren't they, Libby? Nope, we're not going to bite the leash. Come on. There we go. Yes, good girl. Ooh, did you drop it? Let's keep going, girly. There we go. So again, if she's in front, but that leash is loose like this, I'm not going to do anything. Come on. If she starts to pull, that's a different story. She's not doing that right now. Yes, good girl. So I'm going to reward that. She walked a little ahead, but she kept the leash loose and then came back to me. She's getting distracted by cars going by. She's just very observant, which is super normal, yes, for a young pup. And so what I just did there, and I've done it a couple times while we've been going, is if she sees something that makes her a little uneasy, a car, something, yes, good girl, something, sometimes the people's trash cans and things like that have been out, and that kind of worries her a little bit. If she looks at them and looks back at me, that is a cue to me that she is a little nervous about that thing and she needs some extra support. So I'm going to mark and reward her for that, for noticing that new thing, but instead of, yes, running away in fear, or what you might see, we often see in teenage, adolescent stage, is they start barking and lunging at things. And so what I want to do is create a positive association, yes, with seeing new stimulus, and that when things pop up, you can check in with me and I'll let you know that everything's okay, versus them having to feel that they need to react in some way about it. So we're just rewarding that. So she looked at that car when it drove by. She turned back to me after watching it. I'm going to mark and reward that. Good girl. Was that good sniffs? Good girl. Good girl. Come on. Nope, we're not going in people's driveways. This way. So this way is our cue. That means we are changing directions. So we were headed one way and now we're going the opposite. So I just cue her this way and then we go. Whoa, something got you excited. Was that leaf exciting? So typically when we start to see some more pulling is on the way back during the walk towards home. So that's where we'll start addressing more of the pulling. Whoa, Libby. There we go. You're getting a little off track there, girlfriend. All right. So again, if she's walking and you can see the leash is loose, I'm good with that. That's fine. My dogs often walk like this as well. When she starts pulling and there's, yes, good girl. Libby. Oh, what do you hear? Squirrels? Yes, good girl. Libby. Yes, good girl. Good job. So I'm just going to help kind of break that stare by backing up a little bit and getting her redirected away from that distraction. If she starts to truly pull, which she's not right now, but she is crisscrossing in front a lot. I don't know why you want to walk in the middle of the road, Libby. If she starts to hit that end of the leash and she's pulling, there is still looseness in this leash, so I'm not worried about this. This is still looking good. You can see a clear difference right there where she starts to pull and put tension and her chest goes forward. When she starts doing that, we're going to stop. She's going to come back. We're going to say, yes. And then we're going to reward her by walking forward because that's what she wants. She's ready to go home. She wants to head back where she's comfortable and safe. Fine, but you can't drag me there. Yes, good girl. Come on. So in the beginning, I was using a lot of her food reward before moving forward as well. We're slowly weaning off of it in that scenario. Yes, good girl. Good girl, Libby, yes. So I'm marking and rewarding her there because she was walking in front, but also with a loose leash. Good girl, Libby. So the leash is still really loose. Yes, good girl. The first times we tried to take walks, when she was in front, she was dragging and pulling her hardest. So I'm very happy to see that she can walk in front and use the leash that she's given without trying to pull or drag you farther or faster. Good girl, Libby. Yes. Nice job, sweet girl. Oh, got stuck under your tail. Good girl. Yes. Nice job, Libby. You're doing so good. If at some point as we get closer to the house, she does start to pull, oh, like that, we're going to stop. She looks back at me. Yes, in the beginning, you might need to reward a little bit. I reward back at my side, and then we keep moving again. Good girl. And then in between, you want to make sure you're rewarding all those good choices, like right now. Yes, good girl. She's walking beautifully, slightly in front. Want to let her know that that is great. I love that, the way she's walking. Yes, good girl. Nice job. The other big change I've seen in Libby is her ability to respond. Good girl. Yes. As her confidence has grown and she's not as fearful of being out here on the walks, she's able to actually respond to the marker and other commands, and eat food, which is always a sign that they're uncomfortable and nervous if they're not eating. So all around, she's made some amazing progress. Again, here, we're going to let her sniff. She's within length of the leash. She didn't drag me. We're going to let her explore and sniff a little bit. Give her that opportunity, and then we're going to move on. We've got a loud vehicle coming, so I'm going to wait. So you can see she's going to watch it. Good girl, Libby. She wants to see what's up. Yes, good girl. When she looks back, I'm going to reward her. Good girl, right? We want her learning the important stuff like checking in with you when there is anything, whether it's exciting or scary. Checking in with you is always the best option. So we want to make sure we're rewarding those moments here while she's young. Good girl. Get your sniffs out. Some other notes on sniffing I just want to mention, other than just a vague reference to that, it is really good for them. It does lower their heart rate. Yes, good girl. It is really good for their body, their mind. Taking sniff walks where they get to just explore actually wears them out more, yes, good girl, than walks do. So especially while she's young, try not to worry so much about the walk being about exercise and worry more about the walk being an enrichment activity for her where she gets to explore, see the world, practice being on leash, and the bonding time of doing an activity together. Those are the most important things at this age. Good girl, Libby. You're doing so good. Yeah. Nice job.